Good after. Wait, why am I saying good afternoon? I should be saying good evening, social media. And what an evening it is. Oh my God. The only reason I am this excited is because this is the pilot episode of No Mercy Sports on the College Football Dawgs Network, and I couldn't be any more excited or grateful than I am right fucking now, baby. Oh my God, does it feel good. Whew. Gotta calm down for a bit. Before we get into today's episode, look, it may be hot here where I am here in Texas, but let me talk to you. It is nice and cool in my apartment right now, and that's why I am sporting my Reaper apparel hoodie. And let me say, if you live north in the northern states, I'm talking Pacific Northwest, the mountain states, Utah, Colorado, Montana, Idaho, the list goes on. Midwest, Northeast, this hoodie and much more on ReaperApparel.com are going to come in so handy during the harsh winters and even during the spring. So be sure to click the link in the description of this video and use code NOMERCYSPORTS10 for 10% off your entire purchase. The code is also in the the code is also in the description of this video. Reaper Apparel, baby. Let them know I sent you. And now it's time for the most uncut, unfiltered, and uncensored sports talk show you will find on social media. And at the end of the day, you will know whose game it is with everybody saying No Mercy Sports. Without further ado, let's get into today's episode, baby!
You can stop me now.
Let me talk to you! Oh my God. Now, this is technically the pilot episode of No Mercy Sports for the College Football Dawgs Media Network. But like I said, let me talk to you. If you don't know what this is all about, it is the most uncut, unfiltered, and unfucking censored sports talk show you will find on social media. So I swear it ain't your thing, and if you're not into the facts that are being presented, take a walk, my man. Now, for those of you that are still sticking around, I got a guest joining me here today. He's big, he's spicy, he's got some big and spicy things. Please help me welcome to the stage, Spicy Big Mac. What it do, baby? What it do?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Oh, let's get into it.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Really? The Orioles? That's what you're going with right now?
Listen. I just got this Adley Rushman jersey. You understand how hard it is to find a jersey in my size.
That's fair. That's fair.
So I finally found somebody who makes them customized for big guys. I ordered one, and as you can see, it fits great.
You know what? I can't even be mad because the Orioles, much like the Yankees, have been such a classic team for so long. You can't even be mad at them, you know?
You can't, man. We're the bad birds, man. We're the bad birds over here.
You may be the bad birds, but you ain't the dirty birds like the Baltimore Ravens, I'll tell you that.
Nope, but we're a city of them.
Hey, look. Regardless, the AL East is tight. I'm surprised of what it looks like right now. My God!
I mean, we knew it was going to be the best division in baseball. hands down. We knew it. We knew it.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the teams that we have to contend with.
Yeah. I mean, basically every team in the AL East right now is over 500. It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. But hey, we're gonna get into baseball a little later on in the show. For right now, we got some basketball to discuss. Oh boy. You know, sometimes I don't know if people are dumb or just plain fucking stupid. Reason I say this is because Austin Rivers, somebody who never amounted to anything in the NBA, and I dare anybody in those comments to tell me I'm wrong, decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to be a dummy. Yeah. He's going to be a dummy, and he really thought that he was going to have the mindset of, oh, hey, you know what? I could really take 30 players from the NBA, drop them into the NFL, and they would thrive. First off, my guy, what are you smoking? Because, man, I'd like to get me some of that. I mean, like, did you get some of your stuff from a former chemistry teacher in New Mexico, or what's going on? Second, I can't believe I'm going to ask this, but does Austin Rivers actually have a point in what he said?
Bro, I think it's all a load of shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I mean, listen, if you're going to talk that fucking talk, walk that walk. You ain't walking that walk. You can't even walk the walk on the shit you're supposed to do.
Your own father didn't even want you on his team.
That is my entire point. Would we know who Austin Rivers is if it wasn't for his daddy?
Exactly.
Would he have even made an NBA roster without his daddy?
Absolutely fucking not. There's no way in hell that he would have made a roster. Not to mention, like, with how soft that the league is. We're going to get into how soft the league actually is. In a bit. But for right now, with how soft that the league is and how the NFL plays, now I'm not saying let's drop him in a certain era, but if we took some of today's players and dropped them in the early 2000s, maybe the mid 2000s, I'm talking when we had Brian Dawkins, Troy Polamalu, Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, the dangerous of the most fucking dangerous hitters in the NFL. There is no way any of those 30 players in the NBA would survive.
I mean, listen, it's just, it doesn't make sense. Like, let's be honest, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't really translate well. My whole thing is, yeah, you're big. You might think you have good hands, but how good are your hands when you're getting the shit knocked out of you? Can you still hold on to that football? I don't know. It's like I said, with the NBA players, you know, flopping and shit like that. Like, there's no flopping in football.
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you flop on the ground, the ref's probably sitting there laughing at you.
Exactly. Hell, with most of the defensive fronts that are in football, the quarterbacks will be lucky to even get the ball off to the players and the positions that they are put in.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like the physicality and the mentality alone is completely different. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not like basketball players that they have. Yeah, I know that was funny.
Exactly, like, exactly, girl.
They have cardio. It's a different training.
Yes,
like, and because the whole thing was like, I'm sure some of these guys played Pop Warner football. Most of these guys played high school football. You know what I mean? And they get to college, and that's when they realize, you know what? Maybe I don't want this smoke. Maybe I don't want this smoke. Maybe, you know what? I'd rather shoot free throws than have to run across the middle.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, Like, dude, play to your strengths. And I'm sorry, yeah, bro, you play basketball for a reason. That was your strength. I mean, come on now. I don't listen. There's one thing, like, yes, you've seen basketball players play football, and football players play basketball. I mean, but play baseball, right? We've seen those two. Ain't nobody ever gonna be able to play the NBA and the NFL. Those are two sports. Like on some real shit.
Fucking Colin Kaepernick shit the bed when he threw out the first pitch in San Francisco when he was actually big at the time.
So hear me out. Like, I would honestly, I would rather have a fucking golfer. I'd rather have a golfer. Give me Scotty Scheffler in the slot.
Fuck it. Give me Tiger Woods any day of the goddamn week.
Well, Tiger Woods can't run or walk for long periods of time anymore. So that's what I was saying. Give me Scotty. Give me Scotty. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit.
No, that's true. That's true.
But, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. You got guys like I'll give it to you. Like Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon, I would have loved to see him play football.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There is literally only a few select players in the NBA that would actually thrive in the NFL.
Yeah, and then here's my whole thing is like, look, if you're over 6'5" and you're not an offensive lineman, if you're an offensive person or even a safety, like, understand your knees are targets.
Yes.
Okay? As a big guy who played football, once you get out of the trenches, shit starts getting real scary.
It does.
I'm just saying, somebody taking their shoulder pad and laid it into your leg.
Look at the safeties that we had in the 2000s. Oh, my God. We had nightmares. Oh, but you know what? We got somebody else that would, I think, weigh heavily on this type of question. He is the host of College Sports Villain, and he is that motherfucking villain, Mr. Anderson. What is good, my man?
Oh man, I just took a little break to eavesdrop on your show here. You know what I mean? So look, the background's up, the right background, the correction of error there.
Right, I was like Raiders film study. What the fuck is going on? Are we in the back door somewhere?
Hey, it's day one. I'm nervous. I apologize. It is what it is.
It's all right. Chris taking care of it from the backside for me. But yeah, I just want to stop by and say thank you for bringing your show onto my time slot, as I'm in the middle of a lot of work these next couple weeks, and it's going to make it a little difficult for me. I've been watching. I'm loving it. I'm laughing my ass off here. This show is going to be big, man, and I'm so glad that you get a chance to get it out there. And it's great. I just want to take this moment to tell you that my Braves took your Cubs down. All the smoke, two games you couldn't even score a run. I just want to.
Okay, sorry that we had Angel fucking Hernandez behind the goddamn plate. Dude decided, hey, you know what? Ronald Acuna Jr. may have broken his wrists, but we're going to call it a ball for all intents and purposes. Because why not, right?
I mean, you didn't score a run through 2 games. It's hard to blame that on Angel. You can still hit the ball.
Yeah, there's no rule against it.
No, there's not.
That's not the point. Shut up!
All right, while I got you here, hold on. I got to throw this out there.
Go for it.
So this is the first trivia of the night. Okay.
Right.
What current franchise was the first baseball team established in the MLB? And we're talking current teams. Out of the current teams, which one was the first one established in the MLB?
Current teams. Now it can be a team that switched cities.
It may have switched cities. I didn't go into detail with all that. It was just it was a pretty blunt trivia question.
I mean,
what? Just name 3 of the oldest teams that you can think of.
The Giants,
Nope.
Dodgers.
Nope.
Braves.
Braves. Ding,
Oh,
ding, ding,
that was a shot in the dark. I
Let's-
really wanted to say biased and be like, you know what? Maybe the Yankees. But I'm watching
Well,
the
I thought he
MLB
was
Network
gonna
this
get it.
morning, and it popped up. Braves formed in 1876.
Mhm.
But they weren't called the Braves originally, but they were the Braves. Then they were the Boston Braves,
Mm-hmm.
the Milwaukee Braves, and the Atlanta Braves. So yeah, it's definitely a team that switched cities. It's kind of where I was going. I had three
Yeah.
teams on my agenda there.
Yeah, no, like that was my yeah. But yeah, so like Mac and I were talking about, do you think 30 players in the NBA could really thrive in today's NFL?
30 players?
From the NBA and put them,
Three.
and put them in the
And
NFL.
That's generous. I'm being generous when I say 3.
Rightfully so.
I would say LeBron 10 plus years ago could have played a tight end in the NFL. He's big enough dude to do it.
Hell, he could have been the tallest wide receiver on the field and still thrived.
I mean, I think LeBron. But other than that, like it's really hard because like to play football, you got to have a different style of body. So when you choose to play basketball, you go a different way. Like you look at Giannis, he looks kind of big, but he's really thin, right? Like I'm not really sure how much he could do there. I'm looking. I think LeBron could have played in that role from today. A lot of these 7-foot guys like Joker and Embiid, there's no way they could have thrived in the NFL. It just like
I mean, maybe Joker in the tight end position.
No, they would take him down so quick, that big
Okay.
his knees.
That
and
would
he
that would
be
be
gone.
bad. Like if
Yeah,
you
it would
if I was putting Joker anywhere, it would be the defensive line.
Yeah,
Because
me
worst
too.
case scenario,
Yeah,
the
that's
ball
true.
down.
That's true.
I
wouldn't put him on offense because he's not fast enough.
No.
Too tall. Lower man's gonna get that leverage, and he's gonna be on his ass.
I mean, I think it was no, it wasn't Lil Wayne. There was somebody who said that he looks like the dad at the YMCA that's ready to play a game of pickup basketball. And for some ungodly reason, every shot that he takes goes in.
Well, that is absolutely, it's muscle memory, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but the thing is, like, you have people that can make shots all the time. Like back in my day, I could go out there, I could make shots from all over the court. Like, I mean, I was really good.
Same.
Well, enter defense, and all of a sudden, I'm not shooting so hot anymore.
Yeah, well,
So-
you know what? The NBA is lacking something that only a few select teams know, and that's called defense.
That's right.
See, I mean, look, growing up, I did the opposite. I had 3 spots on the court. I couldn't shoot from anywhere else, but I had 3 spots on the court. It didn't matter if your hand was in my face like this or I was completely wide open. I was making those three spots. That was it. Everything else, dog doo-doo. You know what I mean? Defense, I play gorilla ball. I've gotten thrown and ejected out of more basketball games than anything else in my life. Because like, if you stop and stood there and held the ball, I tried to snatch it out your hands. Like, you don't stop in basketball for me. When you stopped and you held the ball with both your hands, that's free gimme ball. That's a gimme ball.
So you were trying to be Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, I mean, bro, that's
Love it.
All right, guys, look, I got to go back to work. Y'all have a great show. I'll be watching.
All right. Yeah, no, we about to. If you can stick around for at least 5 minutes, we got one more person to bring on the show. The person that made it happen, or the other person that made it happen for this, Mr. George Hancock. How you doing, my man?
I didn't know you were bringing me on. I wasn't even ready yet.
Oh my!
I had no idea, gentlemen.
He was like,
Oh,
you
my
need to give me
God. I was-
the 3,
hey,
2, 1,
listen.
nothing.
Listen, look, I don't have my lights going. I was just in the background trying to fix y'all stuff. Golly. That's okay. What's up, gentlemen?
Oh my God, ain't nothing but a G thing, baby.
Good. I'm just going through trying to get everything situated. I know Chris is trying to get on here, but we need to pray for him. He's going through some stuff, so
Yes,
he'll be
absolutely.
on soon.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, like I even told him, praying to Saint Michael that good things are coming his way. Yeah.
So, but yeah, y'all are doing a good job. You're good.
Yeah. So, like the topic of discussion, what Austin Rivers really said that, hey, I could take 30 players from the NBA, drop them in the NFL, and they would thrive.
Negative.
Negative.
I mean,
only a few select players would.
I doubt. I seriously doubt any of that is a possibility. Just for the simple fact of that. I mean, NBA players are, they've got some muscle to them, but they ain't used to getting hit.
No,
that's the thing. Like they no. You can't tell me that you can just throw 30 NBA players on the field and none of them get injured. Number two, them thrive. Like no,
absolutely
even wide receivers get creamed. There's no way any way around it. That
I mean, even the hit that Reggie Bush took his rookie year into the league from that Eagles player. Oh my God, he got lit up that 1 year. Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, see, here's my thing. This is why I say you could take 3 of them, because there's 3 guys out there. And I used Aaron Gordon for an example. You could put Aaron Gordon on a defensive line. You could put him in a tight end. You know, you could even put him in.
I could definitely see tight end.
Add a little bit of muscle. He's one of those guys. He's not afraid of contact, and he could possibly cause some physical damage. But there's only a couple guys like that, because you have to have the physicality. You have to have the mentality. And then you actually have to be able to go out and do it consistently without getting injured.
Well, and plays in the NBA are totally different than the NFL. Way more complex. Way more complex in the NFL than they ever are in the NBA. It takes a lot longer to learn a playbook in the NFL versus it does in the NBA. So,
I mean, I'm sorry to cut you off. Even Tua was like, hey, so I'm going to go over a play with you guys, and let's see if you can repeat it back to me.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Even with my alpha brain, I couldn't repeat what he just fucking said.
No. Well, and it's designed that way. I mean, there's a language that quarterbacks speak that you have to learn in college to even be anywhere close to up to speed in the NFL. So to say that you can just throw a bunch of NBA players in there just because they're athletes is completely false. It's asinine ridiculous.
It really is. I mean, they're not fucking CrossFit athletes, the fittest people on the planet that more than likely would thrive in that in the NFL. Right. I've seen the CrossFit games. I know what they're all about. But speaking of the NBA, gentlemen, we are in a national SAWFT Association because Adam Silver, I hope your bald-headed having ass is proud of yourself, and I hope that you are sitting down, eyes peeled and ears open and listening to this, because what you've done is proved without a shadow of a doubt how soft with the NBA really is, and that you have proved without a shadow of a doubt you are the world's dumbest son of a bitch.
So I'll say this, marketing wise, dumb as a motherfucker.
Oh, okay? It's about to get even dumber.
The past few years, I mean, it has progressively gotten, worse with some of the rules and some of the bullshit. But I'll say this year's playoffs, I've seen more of these refs let these games play rather than call a bunch of fouls.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, not every game.
Yes.
But a lot of the majority of games, and that's what I love about it. Let them play.
Exactly.
Like, if it's a foul, then okay, call a foul. But you know what I mean? If he grazed his arm, he didn't slap that motherfucker arm, let it go. Let it go.
Yeah.
Let's keep the pace going.
Could not agree more. Now, it's no secret that after the last topic that we just discussed proves how fucking soft the NBA players really are when it comes to playing even their own sport, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
I'll give you 2 prime examples. Game 2 in Denver. Minnesota is giving the defending champions the business. Why? Because they are one of the few teams that play a dying breed in the league that known as defense. The Heat play it, Minnesota plays it, the fucking Knicks play it, for crying out loud. Now, Jamal Murray getting locked up, having a bad game, he lets his emotions get to him. What does he do? Throws a heating pad during the game that's going on onto the court. Probably could have killed somebody. Not even gonna lie.
I mean, that's a little stretch, but yeah, I mean, somebody could have definitely got hurt.
Yeah, seriously injured.
And,
we'll say that.
Mean, it's the fucking. I mean, bro, let's not act like we don't see this in the NFL where guys throw their fucking helmets and stomp their feet and scream and yell and fucking kicking nets and get whacked in the head.
How dare you talk about Odell Beckham Jr. that way?
He didn't do shit for me.
Oh, Lord.
A $15 million decoy. That's what he was for Baltimore.
Hey, it worked, didn't it?
No, it didn't. Because we should have ran the fucking ball.
But no, here's the thing that really, to quote Peter Griffin from Family Guy, here's the thing that really grinds my gears. Fast forward to game 4. We're in Minnesota. Rudy Gobert goes up for a rebound, boxes out a player, and the whistle gets blown for some unfucking known reason, God forbid. As he gets the rebound, he drops the ball, walks away, doesn't do it like Tommy DeVito, but he does this, like the Mama fucking Mia thing, you know? Now, one incident got a player fined $25,000. The other got a player fined $75,000. I'll let y'all put 2 and 2 together of who got fined which for what.
I don't know.
Rudy Gobert really got fined $75,000 for doing the Tommy fucking DeVito shit, and Jamal fucking Murray, of all people, gets fined $25,000 for throwing his heating pad onto the fucking court during game 2. Really goes to show how soft the NBA really fucking is.
Yeah.
I mean, they let Draymond Green play again, so.
Yeah, that's true. But look, my point is, like, one player could have gotten seriously injured. Jamal Murray gets fined $25,000. Rudy Gobert does this and gets fined nearly $100,000. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it doesn't equate, but nothing else with the NBA does either. I mean, come on, let's be honest, bro. Everybody is under a different circumstance of rules. Okay, and here's the thing. Let's look up the contracts. Who's making more money, Rudy Gobert or Murray? I have no clue how much they're making, and sometimes that's what they base fines off of, how much they're making. Now, regardless, it kind of seems unfair. You know, making a hand gesture versus throwing something on the court that could have possibly hurt somebody, or regardless, you're throwing a hissy fit on the side of the court. Like, is this a good look for our company? Mm-hmm. No, it's not. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely the whole hand gesture thing. Like, again, it's so tacky. Like, it just doesn't, for me. It's a head scratcher because, I mean, all people put up threes, people put up the eyeballs, people do all kinds of stupid shit when they make certain shots. It is the playoffs, emotions are going to be high, tensions are going to be high, but I mean, come the fuck on. Are you kidding me? Discipline needs to be taken. Players got suspended for the rest of the season because of the malice at the fucking palace. I mean, I mean, this is nowhere near to that degree, though.
No, you're right. You're right. It's not, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, the accountability thing, and that's exactly where you're right at. It's gone soft. There's not going to be much accountability. These guys literally, they're pampered. Okay, and that's what the league's going to do. League's going to try to keep it as soft as they can for them, and that's it. Like let's not hurt the players. Like here's my whole thing. Like I can't remember if I shared it in the group chat or not, but Anthony Edwards did an interview, right? And they interviewed a bunch of guys and going through the guys, and they were like, so if there's anything you could change about the NBA, what would it be? No back-to-backs. And then they get to Anthony Edwards, right? And they're like, Anthony Edwards, how do you feel about back-to-backs? How do you feel about the guys that don't want to play back-to-backs? He's like, you know what? I heard a long time ago from Kobe, like, you never know when a fan is going to get enough money to come see you that one time. Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play every game I can. I don't care if I'm 65%, 75%. If I can get out there on the court, I'm going to be out there, because who's to say it ain't that one time that the fan come to see me? I don't want to be the one sitting on the bench.
No, absolutely not. I mean, look, Anthony Edwards has the right mindset. I mean, there was one game, I think it was Lakers at the Memphis Lakers versus Grizzlies, and a fan was like, "Oh, I drove 2,000 plus miles to see LeBron play, only to see him on the fucking bench."
You see Andrew's comment. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try.
Wow, you really unlocked a memory. Oh God, I think it was the first or second Austin Powers with Dr. Evil and Mini-Me when they were doing just the two of us.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right. So I how long do we have before commercial?
We got a little bit of time. Because we got we got one other person joining us, Mr. Vandy Chris. How you doing, my man? How you doing?
This is gonna be too easy.
I'm alive.
Yes.
Listen.
I'm doing
we are happy.
alive.
We are happy to see you. We are happy to hear that. Like, thoughts and prayers have been with you, sir.
Absolutely. I hope St. Michael did some things to you. Obviously, he did, because you are here. You are on the show, my man.
It's been a scary week, I'll tell you that much.
I bet.
I don't wish that on anybody.
No, couldn't agree more.
Well, we're glad to have you here.
I am alive and well and ready to talk.
So, we're gonna do Guess That Player. My turn.
Ooh, okay.
So I have all the statistics. I will read off the entire thing that I wrote on this player, and then you guys can guess. Okay.
Bet.
I'm a right fielder. I started my career in Oakland, went to Baltimore, spent time in New York, finished my career in Oakland, hit over 500 home runs, made very memorable moments in October. I won an MVP in 1973.
Stop right there. It's Reggie Jackson.
I fucking knew it. I said it. As soon as you came in, I was like, "Oh, this could be too I would have made him think for at least a minute or so."
Man, I was fucking thinking the gears were turning. Smoke was even coming out of the headphones.
So when he said started in Oakland, went to New York, ended in Oakland, 500 home runs, and then he said, I knew it. Reggie Jackson, Mr. October.
Shit, Mr. October, of course.
And I wasn't going to mention October at first, but then I was like, nah, you gotta say it. And look, Chris came in here. Look, I'm throwing a softball and he knocks it out the fucking park on me.
Damn.
He's like, no.
You could have mentioned Billy Ball and all that.
Listen. It was literally won an MVP in 1973. I was a home run leader in 73, 75, 80, 82. And that was the rest of it.
Damn,
And,
I don't know.
and his name will forever be synonymous with Billy Martin and George Brett.
Look, I don't know why, but as soon as you said the Oakland Athletics, for some odd reason, my mind went to Ricky Henderson.
Fair.
Well, I mean,
I don't think he
did.
ever played for the Yankees, though, did he?
I think he...
Yeah. Henderson played for the Yankees.
Okay.
Well, he never played for Baltimore, though.
Oh, okay.
Right.
See, and I threw because remember Baltimore traded for Reggie Jackson, and they thought it was going to be that, and they kind of got a and then he left and went. Paka! I mean, Baltimore wasn't going to pay him regardless, so it wasn't like that anyway. We wound up getting Eddie Murray. So,
hey. I mean, hey, it is what it is. Plus, the Orioles, oh my God, they couldn't be any good than they are right now. They are just pumping players out of their farm system.
So, because that one was so easy for you, when was the first MLB game played?
Oh shit!
1928.
Nope. May 4th, 1871.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's
I
when
thought I
the
was
first
old.
MLB game was played.
I thought I was old. Major League old.
You damn right, Cody. You damn right. Man.
That's my boy.
Yes, sir.
What's up, Cody?
Woo! Man. Okay, so we got a lot more to talk about, but for right now, we are going to go to a quick commercial break, and then we're going to get right back into it.
Boy, that's mediocre.
Then what the f*** are you doing?
I was drinking that.
No, you were surviving it. Give excitement a try with Bones Coffee. Click on the link below to order some for yourself. Here. Whoa is right. That substance you were sipping before is what we in the industry refer to as ass water. Sure, it technically has caffeine, but at Bones Coffee, we believe in the experience of waking up every morning looking forward to that first tasty cup. That's why we roast carefully selected beans in small batches to perfection, so you can count on quality in every cup. And not only that, Bones has a ton of fabulous flavors from which to choose.
Bang! Did someone mention flavors? Highland Greg, pleasure to meet you.
What'll it be, Greg?
You know, I've been hankering for the spiced rum flavor of Highland Grove, please.
Greg, I'm surprised by the size of your bagpipe.
Ugh, it's not the size of the bagpipe that matters, laddie.
Yeah, it's how hard you blow it.
Yeah, let's leave the talking to me.
Oh, gee, I just got back from chasing some hosers out of the grilling rink. I could go for some maple bacon coffee right about noon.
Coming right up.
Hey kid, you single?
Yeah.
That's why this place looks like
Here you are, my salty siren.
Thanks. I need the salted caramel chocolate pick-me-up after dealing with this loser.
How in the world are all these people getting in here?
We just walked in. Click on the link below to stop drinking water and get yourself Bones Coffee today. Or maybe you don't want to click on the link below because you think, flavored coffee's not for me. That was Sarah G's experience. She says, usually flavored coffees taste chemically to me, but these do not. They have a really pleasant aroma and flavor. They do not leave that weird residue on the bottom of your mug like many flavored coffees do. And Cheryl S. says, I ordered this for my son's GF for a B-day. She loves it. Why, Cheryl, that's awfully nice of you. Unfortunately, they broke up and I can't return it. Frowny face. Well, that's awkward. At least she liked it, though. Stop settling for mediocrity and order Bones Coffee today.
Man. Now, I saw in the group chat that Big Mac, you found yourself some Bones coffee, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What flavor did you get?
So I got the holy cannoli, the French toast. I've had the s'mores one.
Oh.
And I think there's a what is the one that I'm missing? She got another different flavor. I'm trying to remember.
Strawberry cheesecake?
No, I'd have remembered that.
Salted
I mean,
caramel?
so I'll say this: they're good coffees. They're not super sweet. But I mean, they're not bad. So it's not like a Starbucks coffee, but it's definitely not ass water.
Yeah, definitely not ass water.
Okay.
I actually like Bones coffee. It's really good.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
well,
I mean, the holy cannoli one is probably my favorite one.
Okay.
I'm definitely gonna have to take a trip to Walmart to try out to see if they have Bones coffee.
Well, so actually it was Audi's. Audi's is where my wife picked it up at.
Oh.
So I did see where they've
Damn
got
it,
a
Texas,
new
step
one
your game up.
that's available in a can at Walmart, but I don't know if it's all of them or just one or two.
See, that's the whole thing, man. It's like I'm just gonna go online and order it.
Like, yeah, you go to the Bones Coffee website, and oh my God, the flavors that they have listed on there. They actually have some gift packs with commemorative boxes and stuff. Yeah, you'd like that. But I have one requirement for you, James. If you're going to get you some Bones coffee, you have to stay away from what? Let me think of the flavor again. It's double caffeine, is what it is. You have to stay away from that.
Double caffeine. Like, how much are we talking here?
Let me double check.
Enough that he's warning you.
Yeah. High voltage is what it's called.
I was gonna say, look, if we're talking 400 to 500 milligrams, then yeah, I'll stay away from it. But look, I'm in the military. I need an extra energy drink just to help me get up and running. Look, might be only 200 milligrams, but hey, it is what it is. When you're in the military, you're just a different breed.
Look, I'm a ray of sunshine no matter what, but preferably most people like me with coffee.
And usually when it comes to that first sip of coffee, you're just going to be a complete asshole. You know, who knows?
No, I mean, so I'll say this, like, I'm more so, I just won't talk to anybody.
Right.
Oh,
God. It doesn't say how much is in it, but it's on the front. It says caution, highly caffeinated.
Interesting.
But it's called high voltage.
Okay. I'll be on the lookout for that.
My favorite so far has been the strawberry cheesecake. Yes, sir. That's really, really good.
That just sounds delightful. I ain't even gonna lie.
You make that strawberry cheesecake, throw some sugar in it, a little bit of cream, make it white and sweet to go with the strawberry flavor. Son, you don't know what good is.
I mean, right now, look, I'm just a big fan of making the coffee on the pot and just freshly pouring it. You know what I'm saying? All right. I can't wait to dig into some coffee right now. But look, the 2024 season for the WNBA is here and it's underway, and it's sure to be a good one. After arguably the greatest WNBA draft of all time, the players that got drafted have me excited to actually watch this season, for crying out loud. Now, speaking of this season, what are your expectations for some of the teams that are what are your expectations for certain teams this season?
I just want to see Caitlin Clark get to the playoffs in the WNBA. That's really it. I know Chicago's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, Breonna Stewart and them are going to be good. So, I mean, outside of that, like, anybody's possibility from what I know, which is not much. Like, I'm not going to act like I do. But, I mean, let's be honest, 90% of us that are going to tune in, like, that have not been tuning in at all to WNBA, we're tuning in for Caitlin Clark. I mean, come on. I mean, there's a few other players that you want to see, but let's be real here. I want to see Caitlin Clark play for Indiana.
So it's funny that you bring that up because something happened this week in the WNBA that a lot of people didn't realize. No, with Chicago.
What?
They waived the number 12 pick in the WNBA draft. Less than a month after drafting her, they waived her. Number 12 pick waived.
Damn.
Oh Lord, what happened?
I don't know. Apparently, she wasn't good enough to make the team.
It was like she can't even dribble the ball down the court. What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Yeah,
like,
obviously you're talented.
Nobody caught that. Nobody realized in 2.5 years in college she didn't dribble the court down the court that one time. I don't give a fuck if she can shoot from 5 feet out. And we can teach anybody to do that shit, but you gotta learn to know how to dribble.
Right.
Right.
Now I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just making up a story.
Right.
I thought it was hilarious.
It fit.
No, absolutely. And I mean, on top of that, Caitlin Clark has a big target on her back right now because she was just that damn good in college.
See, I'll say this though. Like, I wouldn't say she has a target on her back. I would say that she's going into the WNBA, and some of these women are going to challenge her. Some of these women are going to challenge her.
Yeah,
that's fair.
But at the same time, the cream always rises to the top, baby.
Absolutely.
Like, if Caitlin Clark is as good as we think she can be, then sky's the limit. Like, I'm not saying she's going to win the championship this year. I'm not going to say but my thing is, I think she's good enough to help that team make it to the playoffs.
I was going to say, my thing is, she's definitely good enough to put Indiana in the right progressive step in the right direction.
Didn't they get what's her name from South Carolina too?
No, you're thinking of the Chicago Sky.
Oh, Chicago got
her. Because they got Angel Reese
Indiana,
and Carmilla Cardoso,
if
I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Cardoso. That's
yes. Yep.
They had 3 of the top 12 picks, and the number 12 pick is already waived.
Yeah. I mean, look, in my opinion, the Chicago Sky really stole the show in the WNBA draft, and it's only a matter of time before they really start delivering multiple championships to a city that is hungry for another championship since the Cubs won the World Series in 2016.
So something happened with Chicago last night. I thought it was hilarious. I saw the video this morning and it said, Angel Reese's first WNBA dunk. She steals it from the top of the key, goes the length of the court, and you can tell she's uncoordinated as everything, dribbling the ball down the court, and then does a little kiss off the glass. It wasn't no dunk. And I'm thinking, if anybody in that class could dunk it, it was probably her, and she didn't even try.
I think like she's still gonna have a lot of nerves. It's gonna take her about a year for her to fully get her legs underneath herself. Because again, I don't care how good you are in college. Like going professional, it's always faster. It's always more of a learning curve, and especially with somebody who gets in their own head.
And not just that, but these rookies this year, they literally just got done playing a full 40-game basketball season and turning around and jumping right into the WNBA like it's nothing. And it's like people aren't considering that right now. And I think they should.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, like I said, I'm really excited to even watch the WNBA season because for so long it's been so fucking boring, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, look, I am. I'm knocking on the WNBA, but you know, stand-up comedian Bill Burr brought up a good point because it was like, hey, look, females, y'all kind of shit the bed, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it hadn't been marketed right.
Mm-hmm.
There hasn't been a lot of athletes to follow. I mean, there's some stars like Diana Taurasi and Elena Delle Donne, Lisa Leslie, players like that.
Yes.
But it has not been marketed properly.
No, and it's definitely going to be marketed properly just because of the players that have come out of this year's draft alone.
Right.
Hey, I have to interrupt this. It is 46-24, Minnesota up big.
I just saw that. I was bringing up the MLB schedule for the weekend because we got some weekend predictions to make. But my God, obviously Denver is in double teaming Anthony Edwards.
I mean, it doesn't matter. They like it, bro. Anthony Edwards is doing his motherfucking thing. Like,
I still
do
say
your thing, kid. Do your fucking thing.
I still say it's a farce that Joker won MVP. He shouldn't have got it. It should have been SGA. SGA put up Jordan, Steph Curry numbers. They're the only three players in history to put up those numbers. And for him to not win it is a farce.
Yeah. I'll even say this. Look, Joker won MVP at the wrong fucking time. Why? Because Minnesota was up 2-0 on Denver when Joker won his MVP. And it was like, oh, cool. You've won MVP 3 out of the last 4 years, and you have an NBA championship to your name. Congratulations. You're on the verge of getting swept, my guy.
Yeah. This will make it 3-2, won't it? We'll make it 3-3.
hold on 1 second. I'm checking
Might make it 3.
I think it's going to be 3-2.
Yeah, I think it will make it 3-3.
Yep, it'll be 3-3 if they win.
Okay,
that's right, because Denver blew them out again the other night. I remember the message that they were taking that 2-0 lead personal.
Yeah. Yeah, because Denver decided, hey, you know what? If we double team Anthony Edwards and shut him down, and we get our two best guys going, being Jokic and Jamal Murray, we might actually win some fucking games. So congratulations, Denver. It took you 6 games, or 5 games, I should say. But you finally got a winning fucking formula going, but not for long.
So you mentioned some weekend predictions to make. I came in possession today of one of Mac's things, which is a spicy hot take. So, Mac, would you like to debut your Mac's NFL hot takes?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let me pull this graphic up real quick, and I'll let you go through it, all right?
Yes, sir. All right, so this is the week 1 spreads. Now, I've got a little bit on the spreads, and I've also got a little bit of detail on the teams. So, all right, game 1, Ravens versus the Chiefs. I got the, and I'm only going to say this. I'm taking the Ravens. I'm taking the Ravens for one reason. We got Derrick Henry. We're going to use him.
Yes.
We're going to use him. Okay, and Lamar is going to get at least 100 rushing yards. I see Derrick Henry getting 100 rushing yards, and Lamar Jackson's going to throw for anywhere from 120 to 200 yards.
Naturally,
right? And I'm sorry, again, it's always going to be growing pains, especially in the beginning of the year with Kansas City. Okay, did they pick up some new weapons? Absolutely, but I don't care what you say. You're not going to tell me in 3 weeks of training and now 4 weeks of preseason with only 3 preseason games. These guys are going to be ready to come out against the Baltimore Ravens defense. And it's like we lost Patrick Queen. I mean, that's it. That was our loss on defense.
Hey, you still got Roquan Smith.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like for me, we didn't lose anybody. We had our defense. We're essentially bringing back like 90% of the defense we had this year.
I was going to say, even the Ravens had, much like the Steelers, have been known for their defense.
So that's why I feel very strong in that. All right. So I'm taking Green Bay for the upset here. Right. I'm also taking Tennessee for the upset here. Right. I have Tennessee's defense is and I don't mean this in a bad way. Tennessee's defense is going to look lights out. Their defense is going to look lights out in this game. And I'm just telling you, listen,
they do have an underrated defense.
Caleb Williams is an NFL rookie. And I don't care what you say. NFL rookies make mistakes. We watched them make it last year, and there's not going to be a little bit. I mean, there might be a little bit of difference because
unless the kid is Cam fucking Newton.
even still.
So just remember, Caleb Williams is throwing against Awuzie and Sneed, and those two corners ain't nothing to sneeze at. Or DBs ain't nothing to sneeze at.
No, I completely agree.
Okay. Again, same thing here. I will give it to the Falcons. Okay, I will give it to the Falcons mainly because I don't trust Fields, and I damn sure don't trust Wilson. Okay.
I don't trust Wilson as far as I can throw the dude.
Tomlin is going to win games this year. He is. He's going to win like 3 or 4 games that nobody would have thought he was going to win. All right. But this ain't one of them. This is going to be Kirk Cousins is going to come out here and he's going to show Michael Penix Jr. why his ass is going to stay on that motherfucking bench.
Watch I mean, the Steelers do have a tough defense.
We talking about, remember Fitzmagic when he came out with the chain? That's what Kirk Cousins is going to do. Okay? And Kirk Cousins coming out full chain, everything. And
no, not Tampa Bay, Ryan Fitz. No. Not Tampa Bay, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
All right. So moving on. All right. Jaguars, Dolphins.
You're going through all of them. I was just going to have you go through the ones that you picked.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm taking Dolphins, Patriots, Texans. Bro, if the Texans don't put up 38 points, it's a tragedy. It is a fucking tragedy. I mean, oh my God. I'm taking New York. New York will, if not win, they will cover the spread all day long. All right, moving over. Jets should cover the spread. I know what everybody's thinking, man. San Francisco is going to fucking kill them. Listen, Aaron Rodgers is going to come out here. He has been waiting for this shit. All right, so one of two things is going to happen. His Achilles is either going to pop or his arm's going to fucking pop. Okay?
Hope the man steps on a Lego because, man, I was listening to ESPN radio and the host, Mike Greenberg, was like, oh, my God, I got to perform an exorcism. I'm going to pretend, you know what? Last year didn't happen. At the end of the day, my guy, it's fucking football. What's next? You going to tell us that you got a fucking shrine of Aaron Rodgers in your goddamn house? The fuck out of here. Bring me onto your show. I will bury you more than Undertaker was buried throughout his 30-year fucking career. I saw you laughing.
Hell yeah. All right. Detroit is going to be again like they're going to be a contender this year, barring injuries or you know what I mean, shit like that. I'm giving it to them. Now here's the rookie quarterback that I think is going to probably have the best starting day, and I'll say this why. Because of the offensive line he's going to be behind and because the backfield that he has. Okay? So the Commanders. I'm looking at the Washington Redskins. I think they're going to win. They're going to beat Tampa, right? I'm not saying they're going to run off with it. I think it's going to be like 21-16 or somewhere in that area. Okay? Like,
And Baker Mayfield has found his home in Tampa Bay.
All right, now this is another one. I got Cowboys covering the spread with the Browns. Now, will they beat the Browns? I don't know, because honestly, it all depends on Deshaun Watson. I'm not sold on him. I've never been sold on him. But again, we've seen him, play well.
Plus, the Browns have a solid defense.
Again, and that's why I'm saying, like, it's one of those things where I think the Cowboys can score 20 points, but I think, they very well might only score 14. And guess what? I know the Browns can score 14. So that being said, that you put 2 and 2 together. Oh man, the other opening day, I can't wait to see. I cannot wait to see the 2 technical rookie head coaches. Okay, you got the Raiders and the Chargers. Harbaugh versus God damn it, what's his name?
Well, Antonio Pierce technically isn't a rookie head coach.
I mean, so technically he's not, but technically he is, because this is his full first season.
Yeah, okay, I'll agree.
It was his team this offseason, going into the whole shebang. So that's what I mean. So now this is technically his rookie. Last year he got to play. He got some red shirt minutes. Okay, he got some red shirt minutes.
He got some fucking wins with Aiden O'Connell under center.
But again, I am looking forward to this very much. So
absolutely, couldn't agree.
I think the Bills are snap back to reality. Oh, there goes Rabbit.
Man, everybody walked away and left him this year.
I'm not gonna lie. The more I see the Panthers Saints game, the more I hope it is not at the same. Like I'm thinking I'm gonna watch this game, because I know most people won't.
Intriguing.
It is, because I mean, like they've got some juice. They got a little bit of juice power as far as names go, but there's no one singular, like there's no game changer for instance on these teams.
Yeah.
I think Spencer Rattler's a great fit at New Orleans.
I really think so too. I think the Saints got a steal.
When we go to the pro levels, what you did in college, okay, it is only a vague outline. You have to come to the NFL and you have to prove.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, even Derek,
I can't be like I have high hopes. He looked good, but I like, for me, I'm one of those. I wait and see, especially with quarterbacks. Now
that's true.
There's certain ones that go into certain systems where coaching and people will help them, and they'll mold and dictate their offense or defense and scheming around these players. And that's why, like, I think what's the name? McDaniels or Daniels for the Commanders.
Jaden Daniels.
There you go. Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have a good season. Maybe not a Stroud season, but he'll have a good season this year.
So what are you thinking for Jaden Daniels? Like close to 500?
You talking about winning percentage?
Just like the Redskins season in general. Like, do you think Jaden Daniels can lead the Redskins to 8-9, 9-8, or something like that?
I would have to see their whole schedule, but considering that, the hardest schedules, come from the AFC North, I think
that's
they'll
true.
be okay. I think they'll be okay. I think they can get around 500. They should be around a 500 team.
So
no, that's true. But I mean, even when we were discussing Spencer Rattler,
so
even Derrick Henry said that, like, look, the SEC is basically like night and day compared to the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we could even bring Andrew on, and like the man Spencer basically had less than 5 seconds to throw the ball in the pocket. And this is in the SEC, arguably the best conference in football.
So
J.C. Latham was even talking about that. They mic'd him up at practice the other day in rookie camp, and he said, "Man, what we're doing here in shorts and stuff, that ain't nothing compared to what we did on a daily in the SEC."
Yep.
So
And
I will say this, okay, especially with what is it? The NFC. All right, whatever. The Cowboys, the Giants, and Eagles, and the Commanders. Right. That's the 4 teams in that division. Am I correct? Okay. I think what Washington finished, I think, last, right? Or was it New York?
New York.
Okay. So I'm gonna say this. I think Washington finishes either first or second.
Actually, Washington did finish last because they had the number 2 pick.
Yeah, see?
Yep.
Yeah, no. So again, I have New York winning maybe 5 games. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
especially
I'm
with Saquon going to division rival.
now, and here this should make you very happy, right? Guess what? I don't think the Eagles win more than 10 games. I don't. I'm just like what they've lost. It's
until they get rid of that cancer in the locker room named AB.
Well, that's I mean, and that's what I'm saying. That's
and
just
I don't know
adding to the problem.
what the issue of AB is, but wide receivers with AB are whacked out in the brain for some reason. But I saw a video earlier today of a certain quarterback that's a rookie in his first rookie camp that looked really, really, really good. And that's Bo Nix, Denver.
Really?
Yes. They say he has been nothing but impressive, and he does not look like a rookie.
Well, I mean, Oregon is definitely like one of those schools where
you want to hear that, though. But at the
yeah,
same time, they need to say that. They need as many people to say that as possible.
I mean, look who the head coach is, though.
They have to sell tickets and put asses in seats. And I mean, they got to sell jerseys. So, like, 90% of what's going to come out is going to be positive.
I mean, but also, like, Sean Payton is the head coach, though.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, no. Listen, when's the last time a head coach came out and said, man, this quarterback playing like shit, it's not my fault? It don't happen in the NFL.
But then again, Sean Payton has been saying for 3 years that Bo Nix was the quarterback in college that could run his system in the NFL.
And he's going to lose with Bo Nix in the NFL. Okay?
Hey, better to lose with Bo Nix than Zach fucking Wilson.
Listen. Again, look, Peyton. As far as I'm concerned, brother, you should have just walked away when you had the time. You could have been on TV talking, getting paid to talk. That's what you like doing anyway.
He is, though. He basically is. But speaking of the NFL season, fellas, and everybody else watching, mark your calendars because September 5th, the NFL season kicks off with a certified banger. The Ravens head into Arrowhead Stadium to take on the defending Super Bowl champs, the Kansas City Chiefs. First off, could we see a revenge tour from Baltimore this year after losing to the Chiefs in the AFC Championship? And second, what are some expectations that you have for your team going into the 2024 season?
We're going to win at least 12 games.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Starting first with Kansas City. Kansas City is going to be our first win. I will say this. We will win 5 of our first 7 games.
Ooh, that's a spicy take right there.
Now, mind you, our first half of the season is a lot easier than our back half because our back half is mainly division heavy.
Yeah.
And that's, at the end of the year, that's usually when teams start getting hot, and that's when you start facing them. Now, we also play on Christmas, and that's what I'm excited about. Now, I will say this: how the fuck did the NFL fuck up the Hardball Bowl again? They like, if we're gonna play the Chargers, why wouldn't we play the Chargers on Thanksgiving? Make it the Hardball Bowl. Let's get more viewerships. You're gonna get more college eyes on it. You're gonna, I mean, Come on, man. They
I mean,
fucked it
it's
up.
the same way that the NFL fucked it up with putting the Jets on the first Monday Night Football game of the season against the fucking Niners.
But I'll say this. Kansas City Baltimore game, it's going to be 7 points or less. Like, it's not going to be a blowout. I don't see it being a blowout. I see it.
I don't see it
Ravens
being
will
a blowout
consistently
either.
score,
I see it being a
then-
goddamn shootout. It's just going to be an absolute shootout between two gunslinging quarterbacks.
Look, I'm just going to tell you, like,
Josh
as a
Allen ain't
Ravens
got no
fan,
weapons.
No, he does not.
So how do you figure they're going to be a shootout?
No, I'm saying
ain't-
the game between Baltimore and Kansas City, that's going to be a shootout
that's
game.
true.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying. I really don't think it is, because if Patrick Mahomes leans heavy on the pass, like, you realize we got the fastest cornerback in the draft. We now are putting Marlon Humphrey in the slot, Mr. Punchy himself. We're having, and then why do I blank on his name now? Our safety, fucking oh my God, what's his name? I'm so pissed off. I'm blanking.
Well, look, the only thing that the Ravens really need to do is the same thing that the Bucs did in the Super Bowl of 2020, and that's double down on Travis Kelce. You take Travis Kelce out of the game, Mahomes ain't got no fucking weapons, and he looks worse than Tom Brady.
I mean,
he basically looks like Eli fucking Manning.
Timeout.
I'm throwing a flag. Penalty on both of y'all, because neither one of you brought it up yet. Kansas City is going to falter this year. They're not going to be good. They have off-the-field issues going on right now. The entire city of Kansas, official Kansas City government is trying to dox one of their own players. I mean, come on now.
Rasheed Rice?
No. Harrison Butker.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What did he say? I didn't even hear what he said.
Yeah.
He gave the commencement speech at a private Christian college. And he said, a lot of females spend a lot of money on college educations and careers. But there's a career that's often forgotten in that equation, and that's the career of being a wife and a mother. Nothing bad.
No.
Old-fashioned, based on Christian family values.
I'd say so.
And everybody's trying to cancel him for it. And the Kansas City government, the official Kansas City government, posted a thing about this is this town that Harrison Butker lives in.
I was
dox this dude.
I was even gonna say there is a no shit league called the Women Against like beatings or some fucking bullshit like that. And they're even trying to canceling him. And it's like, well, after hearing what you just said, it's like, wait, that's the reason they're trying to cancel Harrison Butker? Because he kept it original and he kept it old school? You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Bro. Like you said, the whole cancel culture bullshit is bullshit. That's what it is. It's all bullshit. Like I'm sorry. Like what happened to live and let live? As long as your ideology isn't gonna hurt anybody else or hurt or mess with someone else's life, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
Because apparently we live in a culture where there's 100+ fucking genders.
But here's the thing. When your team has got off the field issues to the point where your own city is trying to dox your own players, you're not going to be a good football team.
No, like you said, listen, they're going to be a contender, especially when it gets down towards the end of the year. Like, I'm not going to knock the guys that are going to be on the field because they're going to be out there and they're going to contend. And then the NFL loves the Kansas City Chiefs, so the refs are going to kind of see things how they want to see them, and it's going to be what it's going to be. But our team's going to be able to beat them, sure. Like again, like you said, the off the field issues it's going to come into play. having negative shit in the media, having people tense, having people pointing fingers at each other, having any type of discretion in a locker room. It hurts. It hurts.
It does.
I mean, like you said,
even talk to the Bills with their punter, with what he had going on.
Yeah, no, and again, so like, yeah, having that understanding, yeah. I mean, do they crumble down completely? No, I still think. I mean, worst case scenario, I think they can still make a wild card, but I mean, are they going to be as dominant as we've seen them in years past? I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so. I completely agree with you on that one.
I mean, look, I even said this last year. Last year was the most vulnerable that Kansas City looked. They led the league in drop passes and yet somehow made it to the Super Bowl, won back-to-back championships, beat teams that they clearly should have lost to. Well, I'm not even surprised by the fucking Buffalo Bills. Like, how some people are even going to say, like, oh, Bills versus Chiefs, it's one of the best rivalries in the NFL right now. How is it the best rivalry in the NFL when it's completely one-fucking-sided?
You're not
so,
wrong.
Here's a spicy take for everybody.
Go for it.
I got Derrick Henry breaking the all-time rushing season record.
Okay.
That's my spicy take.
That's a good
my
spicy take.
My spicy take is, I think you're stuck in the cicada apocalypse. Because that ain't happening with a broke down old ass running back.
I mean,
I
think
broke down.
I mean, again, I don't need him to run 100-yard, you know what I mean, touchdown. That's not what we need. But if he can continuously get 5 to 10-yard chunk plays, because that's what he's going to get with our offense. Like, listen. You remember Mark Ingram? Mark Ingram in his twilight years?
Yes,
what did
sir.
we get out of him? Matter of fact, remember a guy named Justin Forsett? We made him over 1,000-yard rusher. It was unheard of, unthought of. I'm just telling you, behind the offensive line that we have, even with the guys we lost, our backup guys, our pool guards, like I promise you, he's gonna have close to 2,000 rushing yards, if not come close to breaking the record. There's gonna be at least 2 or 3 games this year that he's gonna rush for 200 rushing yards. I'm just telling you, because again,
James,
with some of the defenses we're going against,
James, call 911. Mac is sitting over here suffering from lack of oxygen to the brain because that ain't happening with Derrick Henry and those broke down legs that he's got.
This is Derrick fucking Henry we're talking about. A 6'5", 265-pound running back that most defenses had a fucking problem with. Talk to the Jacksonville Jaguars, my guy.
Listen.
Talk to Josh Allen.
We're
not the quarterback.
We're
for
talking
the
to
Buffalo
a
Bills.
salty Tennessee fan, okay?
You're talking to
very salty Tennessee.
Listen. You're talking to a Tennessee fan that thought the Titans should have moved him 2 years ago when he was healthy and got something for him than just letting him walk the way they did this year.
Bro, they didn't want to trade him to us last year.
No, if anything, the Titans should have fucking paid him.
He's broke down.
He may be broke down, but my God, he deserves some fucking money.
He hasn't played a full season in 3 years, dude. He's broke down. You don't pay injured players money.
We do.
That's what I'm saying. You don't pay injured players money.
Yeah, okay. And when Derrick Henry starts to thrive with the Baltimore fucking Ravens, don't come crying like, oh my God, the Titans should have paid Derrick Henry.
See,
we're better with the younger and more athletic Spears.
This is what I'm basing this off of, okay? So we got the guy Mitchell. Okay, Mitchell runs a 4.3 40, fast as a motherfucker. So you're gonna put Mitchell in there, and he's gonna cut shit up. We're gonna put Henry in there. He's gonna close it out. Henry, bless you. Henry's going to get touchdowns because of Mitchell. Henry's going to get yards because of Mitchell, and vice versa. And that's why I'm saying, like, he's going to get a lot of good carries. And then let's throw on top of that, Lamar Jackson is going to take a lot of heat off of Henry. So I'm just saying it's happened multiple times where our running back will get the handoff from Lamar, and the defense will start chasing Lamar for about a second and a half, 2 seconds. When you got the whole defense done, took 3 steps this way, and your guys running that way with the ball, I mean, look, that's a 20, 30, 40-yard chunk play.
I mean,
I
look,
totally
most
get
of,
what you're
if
saying,
not every
but-
defense in the NFL is so used to Lamar running the football. As soon as they see Derrick Henry running the football, they're going to be fucking flabbergasted like, oh, shit, what do we do?
You do know that the last time we played Jacksonville, do you know what the corners were for Jacksonville were doing? The corners were coming up and meeting Henry in the hole. They're not afraid of him anymore. That's the thing. They're not afraid of him anymore because he's broke down.
Okay, unless they're going for the family jewels.
I mean, look, he did work last year, and by work I mean he put guys down. So
Not last year. He didn't. He was a shell of himself.
I mean, look, I watched a few of the games.
I mean,
I've
look,
seen his
the
highlights.
Titans weren't exactly the Tennessee Titans with Ryan Tannehill under center, A.J. Brown, Corey Davis, Derrick Henry in his prime, and all that other stuff, all right?
Yeah,
they weren't the same team that literally steamrolled the fucking Patriots in the wild card.
I get that. But if corners aren't afraid of your running back and coming up and hitting him in the hole, what do you got? Your running back is not
somewhere special.
Listen,
Otherwise,
you know what it
Henry,
sounds like? It sounds like you got some pussy ass wide receivers that don't want to block. That's what it sounds like. Because there ain't no way in hell. Like I'm just telling you, but Baltimore Ravens, like, yeah, we might not have the best wide receivers, but all of our wide receivers will go out there and throw a fucking block. That's for damn sure.
I'll tell you what,
the
Big
safety,
Mac.
The safety, maybe the linebacker meets you in the hole, but ain't no fucking cornerback against our team going to be there in that hole. I can promise you that.
I'll tell you what, Big Mac. So many flavors, and Vandy Chris is choosing to be salty.
I mean,
but it's all good. It's all good. I get it.
I'm glad he got paid. Pay the man. He deserves it.
Duh.
I'm just saying, from somebody that's watched him up close for the last 3 years,
yeah,
he's
and from
damaged
somebody
goods.
that has literally watched the dude carry an entire fucking franchise on his back.
But it's not that anymore. It hasn't been that for 3 years. That's what I'm trying to say. For 3 years, he has been an injury problem.
Okay, and
He's
watch him
not-
thrive when
he is not
when Baltimore
the
starts their
same.
fucking season.
He is not the same Derrick Henry that everybody remembers shoving the DB 10 yards backwards with one arm. That's not who Derrick Henry is anymore. He's not that guy.
Yeah, I mean, but he doesn't have to be. Like, that's not what we need him for. We need him to get 5 yards. That's what we need.
Can you trust his hamstrings? Can you trust his hamstrings or his feet that have both given him injury problems for the last 3 years to do that?
Look,
I don't.
Look, I'm just saying, we trusted our medical staff when they said Odell was good to go, and Odell played the majority of the season. He didn't have a big impact, but he played, and he was a great decoy. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not gonna even front you. Like our boy, oh my God, the wide receiver, the rookie,
Zay Flowers.
There you go. Zay Flowers would have had so much more people and attention on him if it wasn't for Odell.
Yeah.
Fair.
Like, and that's what it was. Like, getting him out there as a rookie, making those plays, him being able to get open and see zones and learn defenses, and have Odell taking a good bit of attention away, you know. And then what's his name? Rashid something, or Rashad, whatever. The other wide receiver that we had, we got in the first round 2 years ago. Like, again, he's starting to blossom. So it's like, now we don't need Odell. And now instead of paying Odell $15 million, we can go ahead and pay Derrick Henry. And now we have a big blocker, okay, for Lamar in the backfield. And then we also got a guy that can actually go get 5 yards, like tough yards. And that's what it is, because how many times, dude, we have 2-3 tight end sets that we run regularly. So having a big guy that can push the pile and get in there and push and get them 3, 4, 5 yards that we need for the first down, that's what we've really been missing. Like that, I mean, and having somebody to help protect and block for Lamar. Like Patrick Ricard, he's ace, but he's not fast enough to go from playing on this side of Lamar to get around and block somebody on that side. Like Derrick Henry's a little faster.
But for what you're describing, he's not going to rush for over 2,000 yards and set the rushing record.
No, I'm saying he could. I'm saying he could. It could be a possibility depending on how the offense is ran. Now under Todd Monken, do I think is it a 99% or 90%? Hell no, it's like a 1% chance. But I'm saying that's my spicy take. Now I can guarantee Derrick Henry gets over 1,000 yards. I can guarantee that all day long in our offense.
Yeah,
barring injury, he's getting 1,000 yards. He plays more than 10 games. He plays more than 10 games. He's a 1,000-yard rusher this year.
He's not going to rush for 100 yards a game.
That's why I said it. As long as he plays more than 10 games.
Okay.
Because he's only got to average around 80 some games. If he plays, even if he plays 11, if he averages 80 some, it'll be over 1,000 yards. And that's what I'm looking at. That's why I'm personally, I think, he's going to have a handful of 100-yard games. And the rest of them are going to be, in the 80s. Because, mind you, he's going to be splitting some time with Mitchell. Mitchell's a home run hitter. Bro, you pitch the ball out to him around the edge. If you're not stacked on that side, he's got you. He going to get you. He did it multiple times last year before he got injured. And people were like, what the fuck? Like, the guy runs like a fucking cheetah. Like, Tyreek Hill and him were talking about racing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, legitimately, bro, it's one of those things.
So aside from going off about the Ravens, what are your expectations? Like, what do you think their record is going to be when it comes to the 2024 season?
Oh, 12 wins. They're guaranteed. I'm guaranteeing that right now. I would bet I'd put $100 on it tomorrow.
So what, 12 wins minimum or just
I mean, that's what I'm guaranteeing. No, that's what I'm guaranteeing. We're going to win 12 games.
Right.
Like I
Chris,
said,
what say you about the Titans?
Barring Lamar Jackson getting injured or multiple people on our, you know what I mean? Like devastating injuries. There's no way we're not going to win 12 games.
Yeah, I agree. So, Chris, what say you about the Tennessee Titans?
So, before I say this, Mac, are you sitting down?
Yeah.
Are you sitting down, James? We're going 10-6, baby.
No,
Who's your quarterback?
Our starting quarterback is Will Levis. So let me go through it. What's
your running back that's actually going to help you win some games?
Tajay Spears was our leading rusher last year.
Who the fuck is that guy?
I mean, he's good. He's good. He
better be fucking good.
He is good.
Guess what? You know what the game plan is going to be?
Well,
Will Levis is going to go to DeAndre Hopkins. We're going to shut him down like the Bucs did to Tyreek Hill in the fucking Super Bowl.
Listen to the man.
So
okay,
listen to me.
Defense is all I'm going to say. You go carry on, Chris.
So quarterback room, immensely better. Will Levis over Ryan Tannehill.
I'll agree to that.
Wide receiver room, immensely better. Bringing in Calvin Ridley, bringing in the guy from the Bengals. I mean, you got weapons now.
T. Higgins?
No, I want to say David somebody. Just picked him up this past week.
It ain't Jamar Chase. I know that for a fact.
No, we just picked him up this past week.
Okay.
Was a 1,000-yard receiver last year. So, wide receiver room, immensely better. Offensive line, immensely better. Well, yeah, 17. So 10-7. Smart Alec.
Why not 11-7? Why not 11-7?
I mean,
11-7. 11-7 at best.
No, but that's
defense. Okay. You add Tavondre Sweat to play next to Big Jeff. That's nastiness.
Montez's brother?
I don't know if it's Montez's brother or not.
I mean, look, you said Montez Sweat
there's two Sweats. There's
Tavondre
two Sweats. One
Sweat from Texas.
And one used to be with the Commanders, Redskins.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's two different guys.
Okay. So now you got the two-headed monster on the defensive line. Your secondary, you got Wouzier and Snead now, immensely better than what we had last year. This team.
Who's your safety?
It's going to be the same one we had last year.
Well, I thought you were giving him a shout out. That's what I was waiting for because I don't remember his name, but dude was lights out. Like he laid down like 3-4 good hits.
I'm drawing a blank on the name, but he started last year at safety, and it's going to be his second year as a starter, which means he's going to be that much better. So, and then you look at the coaching staff. Brought in the best offensive line coach in the business, in Bill Callahan, and gave him some weapons to work with in the offensive line. And you got an entire change in scheme of what you're trying to do versus being lost behind the wheel.
Hooker.
This team.
That's his name, Hooker.
Yeah.
I'm surprised neither
Amani
one of us
Hooker.
thought of that.
Amani Hooker. Yep.
Yeah.
Amani Hooker. Okay. This team is going to be probably the most improved team in the NFL.
Okay, you got Kenneth Murray too.
Mm-hmm. And people that don't
Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard is who the fuck he has as a running back, buddy.
And it took the Cowboys forever and a fucking century to realize, hey, you know what? We're actually winning games with Tony Pollard.
Tyler Boyd, that's the one we just got.
Listen, all I'm saying is
okay.
Slant route. You cannot stop Boyd at the fucking slant route. All right. Slant route, curl routes, anything where he's going up and out. Ain't nobody say nothing about no damn Ridley.
Jealous.
Oh no, that's right. That's right. You brought Ridley up.
He's saying you jealous.
Ridley just went off for 1,000 yards last year. If that's ass, half the receivers in the NFL are ass.
Oh my God. All right. We got two more subjects that we're going to get into, but we are going to take our final commercial break and we're going to get into them. One of the subjects is name that MLB player, and this one is going to fucking stump y'all. Let's get into the final commercial, baby.
Icy Breeze is the world's first portable air conditioner and cooler. A premium ice cooler that doubles as an eco-friendly portable air conditioner. This is not a swamp cooler, just blowing air across ice. Over 60 parts and components allow Icy Breeze to achieve what no other product in the world can do. The secret behind the Icy Breeze is an innovative design that circulates chilled ice water through a heat exchanger in the lid, replacing the Freon used in most ACs. Fresh air is drawn from hidden vents in the top of the cooler, pulled across the exchanger, and chilled down to 35 degrees cooler than the outside air. A 3-speed fan control delivers Icy Breeze's dry, cold air up to 25 miles per hour, just like a car AC. And a stay-put flex hose directs the breeze in any direction. Wherever you need it, Icy Breeze helps you beat the heat.
I tell ya what, if you are tailgating at an NFL game, Icy Breeze is for you because it'll help keep your drinks nice and cold. That's a spicy take if I've ever seen one. Oh, God. All right. So it seems like last week was a little too easy. Why? Because when Bautista's time with the Blue Jays, not to mention his iconic bat flip in the 2015 playoff game against the Texas Rangers, it kind of gave things away. But this week, I feel good about this player, and it should stump y'all a little bit. So let's get right into it of naming that MLB player. Now, when this former outfielder began his career, he started with the Milwaukee Brewers in 2010 and only stayed there for a year. In 2011, he went to the Kansas City Royals and played there until 2017 and was also part of the 2015 World Series champions of the being the Kansas City Royals. After 6 years with that team, he went back to Milwaukee in 2018 and he played there before calling it a career in 2022. This man was a literal fucking speed demon. I'm talking like, let's go back to when in 2015, when the Kansas City Royals were playing the Toronto Blue Jays in the 2015 ALCS. Eric Hosmer, the Royals first baseman, sends a blooper down the right field line for Bautista to get. This man scored from home, or scored the home all the way from first. He was that fucking fast. I couldn't eat. I still watch the MLB clip to this goddamn day. It just blows me away because he was, oh God, it just, there's no words to put in to describe this man. But some other accolades that this guy had, he was the 2014 ALCS MVP before they went to the World Series and to meet the Giants. He was a two-time All-Star and a 2019 Gold Glove winner. Chris, you're smiling. I feel like you know who it is.
I'm going to give Mac the first guess. Do you know who it is, Mac? Because I do.
Bro, the only thing that came to mind was like, I was thinking Kenny Lofton, but then I was like, no, that's the wrong team.
It's a good guess. That's a good guess.
Lorenzo Cain.
Yes, sir. Lorenzo Cain was a madman, especially.
See, it's funny. As soon as you said his name, it all comes back to the memory. Like,
yeah, man, this dude was fast, especially in the outfield. Oh my God, he was a treasure to watch, especially, like I said, during his time with the Royals. Just go back to when he scored home from first in the 2015 ALCS. I still gotta watch that, and it gives me chills to this fucking day. Anyways, he may
be fast, but Matt, rest easy, my friend. Lorenzo Cain ain't EBJ fast.
EBJ.
Enrique Bradfield Jr. When he gets into the big league and starts strutting his stuff around them bases up in Baltimore, look out, because you ain't throwing him out.
I was gonna say, hell, he's a fucking rookie sensation on the Brewers right now. Oh my, this is gonna kill me.
There's so many good rookies coming out this year. But
yeah.
Listen.
It's not
how you start, it's how you finish.
I'm just gonna say the Rockies brought somebody up about a week ago and hit his first home run.
They are on a 7-game win streak.
And
who?
The Rockies.
Remember when we were talking about teams that were going to be surprisingly good before the season started, and I said the Rockies, and I got some laugh.
They're on a 7-game win streak right now, yes, but they're 15 and 28 right now.
And like I said, I had them winning 70 plus games.
That's fair.
All I'm going to say is when you play them, make sure you check Jordan Beck's bat.
Jackson Churio, that's who it is. Fuck, that was killing me.
Jordan Beck's bat. Remember that. When you play him, make sure you check it.
What's he corking the bat?
So when he was at Tennessee, in the SEC, they have a rule that the bats have to be compression tested the day before the series starts. And when they test them, they get a sticker. I don't know, it's about that big around, that gets placed on the bat of the opposing team. So, like, if Tennessee's playing Vanderbilt, it gets a little Vanderbilt Star V sticker on it.
Mm-hmm.
That means it passed approval. So he's up to bat. He hits a home run. Catcher sees the bat rolling around, and he gets the umpire and points at it. Umpire picks the bat up, calls him out. It didn't have an approval sticker on it.
Oh.
Now here's what's wild about it.
This is the same guy that plays for the Rockies?
Yes.
Okay.
So the week before, in the Auburn Texas A&M series, somebody got caught using a bat that didn't have a sticker on it. And the SEC put out a memo and said, don't do it. So here we are, Tennessee, Vanderbilt, 2 top 3 programs in the country, going head to head. He hits a home run. They call him out. His bat has no sticker on it. But then after the game, he says, oh, I saw it fly off the bat in batting practice and never thought anything of it. So wait a minute. You knew your bat didn't have a sticker on it and used it in the game knowingly without a sticker on it after the SEC told you not to. Dude, you cheated. Yeah, Tennessee fans don't like hearing that. And I'm not going to say he actually cheated or intended to do something derogatory. But yeah, just check his bat for him.
I mean, I doubt they will. But speaking of baseball, we got some weekend predictions coming up that we need to make. Now, so we're going to start on Friday. We got the Pittsburgh Pirates going into Chicago to take on the Cubs, and Paul Skeens is making his second MLB debut against the Professor Kyle Hendricks.
Can't be his second debut. He already had his debut.
Okay, so it'll be his third debut. My fucking bad.
It's not a debut anymore. It's his second
No,
game.
it'll be his second start. Jesus Christ. Yes. God forbid.
I got to keep you guys honest around here, man.
Yeah, no, accountability. I respect that. I respect it.
Who you got, Matt?
I'd rather bet on the pitchers. Like I that's what I do game to game. I'll more so bet on like whether a pitcher is going to win the game or not. Like unless I know the bats are hot. Like for the Baltimore, like the majority of the time I bet on our bats versus the other team's pitcher, and that's how I go. That's literally how I bet on baseball. So for me, it would be game to game. I mean, the Cubs should win the series. But, I mean, it depends who's pitching for the Pirates, man.
Paul Skeens.
Things getting spicy.
I don't know. I
Cubs.
mean, Hendricks has been around the block quite a few times. Paul Skeens, like he's still a baby in this league right now. Yes, Pittsburgh does have a good rotation going for them, but I mean, I think the Cubs, if their offense does show up, Hendricks will deliver.
I'm going to say the Cubs sweep the Pirates.
Ooh, okay.
Skeens, he might get 7-8 strikeouts,
I could see that.
but he's also going to give up 4 or 5 runs.
Think so?
Now, I'll go this far. All day long, I've seen one video pop up in my Twitter feed. Every time I refresh it, the same video keeps popping up somewhere in my feed. Pirates can't even play fundamental third base defense. Get your body in front of this stinking ball and body that ball up. Quit trying to be fancy and backhand it and underhand. Stop it. That's not fundamentally sound baseball.
Yeah, but you got to think of the generation that's coming into baseball. They like to be flashy with it.
I get the flashy, but get in front of the dead-gum ball. That's an error all day
Deion
long.
Sanders was flashy as a motherfucker.
That's an error.
He didn't fuck up routine plays now, did he?
And what's
I mean, hell, fucking Bo Jackson was flashy, but he still played fundamental baseball.
Right.
Bo
and
Jackson
that's the
really
thing.
wasn't that flashy.
They originally
The dude
called it.
climbed the fucking wall after a catch. How is that not flashy?
No. I'm talking about like in front of the public, like playing a game is playing a game. That's what I'm saying. Like he was fundamentally extraordinary. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Bo Jackson, like you have to understand everything he did with a science and a purpose. You know what I mean? The way he threw the ball was a science. Like you have to understand for you to throw from the field to home plate. Okay, I don't give a fuck how strong. Like I would have to throw that ball up in the air to even get it close to home plate. To throw it a dart and make it go that far. That's absolutely extraordinary, and it was just great fundamentals on how he threw.
Yeah,
and then the strength that he had. I mean, like you said, yeah, he made a lot of extraordinary plays, but Bo Jackson was a very fundamentally sound. But now, like I said, when you said flashy, I'm thinking Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders, a flashy motherfucker off the field. You know what I mean? And to see him on the field, he played very fundamentally, especially when it came to baseball. Like he didn't fuck up routine plays on a regular basis. Now everybody fucks one up every once in a while. But routinely, he was a pretty good baseball player.
Yes. I mean, and it really showed in the 30 for 30 that they did on Deion Sanders. I mean, like the dude was a literal two-sport athlete when he was playing football.
And what's wild about that play that kept popping up today is they originally ruled it an error. And then changed it to a hit. No, that's an error all day long. You didn't body the ball. That's an error.
Yeah, he tried to backhand it.
Yeah.
It is what it is, though.
You don't see Dansby doing that mess.
Yeah, I mean, but I see it like this: Pittsburgh versus Pittsburgh and Chicago. This is definitely going to be a great series to watch. Next series up. One of the sneakiest teams that I have seen right now being the Washington Nationals going to Philly to take on the Phillies.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a good one, but I think Philadelphia walks away with a series win in this one.
Probably should.
Give me the Mets. I give me the Mets. I'll take the Mets.
The Mets are playing Miami.
Oh, shit. Who are they playing?
Washington is playing Philly.
Oh, give me Washington.
Ooh, okay. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. So,
CJ Abrams.
Yeah, so the pitching duel that we got is Jake Irvin versus Zach Wheeler. I mean, obviously, Philadelphia takes game one with Zach Wheeler on the mound.
Yeah, Wheeler's going to win.
Oh, yeah. So next series up, we got the Chicago White Sox, who, much like the Rockies and even the Marlins for that matter, is taking nearly 50 games, but they finally got some double-digit wins. Unfortunately, they go into New York to take on the Bronx Bombers.
New York
State's playing them.
The White Sox are going into New York to take on the Yankees.
If you're crazy enough to think the Sox are going to win a single game, you're crazy.
Exactly. Plus, Nestor Cortez is making the first start for the Yankees in this series against the White Sox.
So real quick before you move on to the next one, let me ask both of you. Have you ever seen two pitchers throw a 3-hitter over 8 innings, both of them, in the same game?
No, I don't think I have.
Not that I can remember.
There was a game just the other day. Both starting pitchers went 8 innings, 3 hits, no runs. And what ended up being a 1-0 ball game. Check these numbers out.
Holy shit.
All right. Hey guys, sorry.
How crazy is that?
I got to go put my little guy down. It's 10:30 here. He's not trying to go to bed, and I don't want his mom to fight him anymore. I'm gonna go get him.
All right.
But it was great being here. Love you guys. I'll see you next week. See you later.
Absolutely. See you next Friday, big man.
Peace.
Later, mate.
Later. All right. So that stat is just absolutely crazy. I wish Mac could have stayed on for another 5 minutes because this next series is sure to be a good one. We got Seattle going into Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Yeah, I mean the players that their farm system is pumping out, it's just crazy. So one of two games that are going to be on Apple TV. We got Tampa Bay going into Toronto to take on the Blue Jays. I think I'm going to have to.
I don't know that I can go with the Blue Jays.
Really?
I don't think I can. Yeah.
So you're going to go with Tampa Bay?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. I think I got Toronto just in this game. I think Tampa Bay gets the series win over the Blue Jays. But right now, Toronto, they got some really good talent that's going on right now, and like Andrew said, I think it's Tampa versus Toronto for third place right now. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the next game up on Apple TV and the next series up, we got the Minnesota Twins going into Cleveland.
I have to ride with the Twins on that. Just gut feeling.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Twins as well. They've been riding a really good win streak right now. They've won quite a few games, but how they're still not the division leaders in the AL Central is mind-blowing. And I think this is a series where they need to step up and get those key wins to get into first place and just run away with it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got a battle in the NL East. The Mets go into Miami to take on the Marlins.
Unfortunately, my buddy Ryan Weathers ain't available because he just pitched against the Tigers. So gonna have to go with the Mets.
As much as I hate saying it, being a Yankees fan, I'm gonna have to go with the Mets as well. I mean, I hate them, but they do have a good roster, a good roster put together. So Miami, unfortunately, this weekend just ain't your series.
And they just ain't very good unless Ryan.
And no, yeah, I have more faith in the Rockies than I do the fucking Marlins, for crying out loud. All right, so next series up, this is sure to be a good one. We got San Diego going into Atlanta.
That ain't gonna be good. If Atlanta don't sweep them,
I was gonna say even fucking San Diego got swept by the fucking Rockies of all teams.
The Rockies are getting better.
Yeah, true. I just see this series being good, mostly on paper, just because of the rosters that the Padres and Braves have.
Mm-hmm.
There are just so many sneaky good teams this season. It is mind-blowing. And two of them are the next series. The Oakland A's going to Kansas City to take on the Royals.
Well, I say that knowing that I'm a JJ Bleday fan.
Oh, wow, really?
He's a Vandy guy.
Yeah.
I thought the Marlins were retarded for trading him away.
Yeah.
He was the best hitting prospect they had.
And he's doing something for Oakland. There's no doubt about that.
Yep.
As soon as I saw him, I was like, oh, wow, this kid is something else. Like, every time I saw the A's playing, I wanted to turn them on just for JJ alone.
So, funny story about him. You know, after Vanderbilt won the World Series in 2014, okay, 2015 they made it back. 2016, the day that the postseason started, the postseason regional started, one of our pitchers drowned in a accident. So the team went into a funk. They went 0-2. The next 2 years in 17 and 18, they would just randomly just flip their lids and lose all sense of what they were doing. They'd be up 9-1 in the second inning and end up losing. It was a mental thing that they couldn't get past.
No, rightfully so.
In 2019, JJ Bleday said, "This is my team. We are going to win. We are going to bring home the championship. And just get in line and follow me."
Yeah.
And he did his thing.
Yeah.
And he went out and became the number 1 draft pick. Well, not number 1 overall, but first round draft pick.
Yeah. Do your thing, kid. Make yourself known.
And he got into the Marlins organization. And he was already in Double-A ball his rookie. He went straight from rookie ball to Double-A. And then within like 2 months, he was up in Triple-A. It's like, dude was moving.
Damn.
And I can see him having that same kind of leadership quality in Oakland and saying, okay, I'm tired of this team being bad. Get behind me. Let's go. And he's had that kind of effect on that team.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I could really see JJ being that type of person that's like, hey, get behind me and I'll make sure that we run the current owner out of town. And we bring in an owner. Yeah, and that they bring in a owner that's like, you know what? There is hope for this team.
Yep.
Like, they're rebels, but damn it, we can build around them.
Yep. Yep,
I can see
agree.
it.
I think he's that guy that can change that franchise.
Absolutely. I mean, like you said, though, I think Kansas City takes the series against Oakland. Fucking Oakland has one of the best closers in baseball right now.
Mind-boggling.
Oh, we already saw a 2.0 version in 2018 of Moneyball with the Oakland A's. Are we seeing a 2024 version of Major League with the Oakland A's? We got an owner that's trying to run them out of town. They're basically an island of misfit toys, but they're actually doing something this year.
Right? Kind of reminds you of the Marlins back when they had Levon Hernandez and all them cats. And despite the owner's actions, they went out and won it.
Yeah. It's crazy. We still have 100+ games to see what happens, but I mean, much like the Washington Nationals, I mean, even Colorado, I'll hop on that bandwagon and see where it goes for the Rockies.
Yep.
I'll fucking jump on Oakland just to see where it goes. Like, we got some sneaky teams that are just fun to watch right now.
Yep. Good young teams.
Yes, absolutely. Speaking of young teams, we got this next series that's coming up. We got the LA Angels. There's some veterans, but there's also a lot of young guys on the defending champions of the Texas Rangers. Right now, the Rangers ain't looking too good, sitting at 500.
They're better than the Angels.
Yeah, that's true.
I have no faith. I have no faith in the Angels being contenders whatsoever.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the last time we saw the Angels were contenders, it was what, 2015?
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously Texas is going to take this series. All right. So next series up, we got the Milwaukee Brewers going into Houston to take on the Astros.
Astros suck. I hate the Astros. I hope to lose every series they play. Alex Bregman,
fuck
you're
the
too
Astros, baby. Give me Milwaukee.
Give me Milwaukee in that one because Alex Bregman's a tool. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely. Done. Yeah. All right. Now, this next series, my wife might kill me for this one, but I really have no regrets saying this. The Red Sox go into St. Louis to take on the Cardinals. Give me the Redbirds.
Is Sonny pitching this weekend?
He might be. Let me check. It's only going up to Saturday. I'm not seeing Sonny Gray on Friday or Saturday.
He might be their Sunday guy. Either way, Sonny Gray doing a damn thing.
Mm-hmm. I could see it. I don't know what it is with certain players leaving the Yankees, but they somehow just all of a sudden gained some fucking superpowers.
And that's what's wild is Sonny has been good everywhere he's been except for the Yankees.
Yeah, I mean, look, if I'm the owner of the Yankees, look, I will give you the facial hair, but just make sure that it looks clean cut, you know? Don't try to look like Justin Turner or is it Max Muncy that I'm thinking of?
I remember Justin Turner had a good one.
Yeah. Just I mean, hell, like if you have a beard like Dallas Keuchel, I'll fucking accept that shit.
Right.
Like, yes, it was long, but it was still clean cut.
Right. Yep.
Anyways, so next series up, we got Detroit, who is looking decently good. Again, going into Arizona. I'm gonna have to take the Diamondbacks in this one because yeah, they are they're doing something. I don't know what it is, but they're doing something.
Yeah, don't know what it is, but they doing something.
I mean, I think they swept the Reds, or like I think they had a 4-game series and they took 3 out of the 4 against Cincinnati.
Yeah, but Cincinnati's Cincinnati, so
either way, I'm still excited for the Cincinnati Reds. Speaking of Cincinnati, we got the Reds going into LA to take on the Dodgers.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to have to go with an upset. I think Cincinnati gets that traction under their feet and does something against the Dodgers.
I'm sorry.
I mean, it is what it is. The Dodgers are in the position that they're in strictly for one reason alone. They spent $1 billion in the offseason, so it wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't. And so the final series going into the weekend, we got Colorado facing San Francisco.
So as much as it pains me, I actually really like Jordan Beck.
Mm-hmm.
This kid can flat out play some ball. He can hit. He's getting acclimated to the major leagues now. And I've always believed once he gets called up, he's going to stick because he's just that kind of guy. And you can see it in his teammates. Some of the things he's done, they're just in the dugout like, oh my God, you know.
He's like he's a Colorado, or you're talking about the Rockies, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's basically a Colorado version of JJ.
Yes. And I can see, you know, he came up last week. He hit his first home run yesterday, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
Once he starts hitting them things out in Colorado, those things are gonna fly for miles.
Oh yeah, they don't call it the Mile High City for nothing.
He rakes, and Colorado's making some nice moves right now, and I can see them turning into a team that's going to have to be dealt with.
Yeah, no, I could absolutely see that as well. All right, so that is the final series going into the weekend. Mr. Vandy Chris, just so glad that you're doing well and so glad that you were able to come on to the pilot episode of No Mercy Sports on the College Football Dawgs Network. Man, a pleasure as always.
I wish I could have been on here to help set everything up and start the show out. You know, I had some medical issues this week and they resurfaced earlier tonight and had to take care of them before I could jump in and do what I had to do. But I'm alive. I'm well. I'm blessed.
Yep. That's the only thing that matters at the end of the day.
Yeah. I'm doing what I love doing. I'm talking about sports and, you know, it is what it is.
Absolutely. Hey, safe travels moving forward. Thank you again so much for coming on, my man.
It's been a pleasure. I enjoy talking to y'all.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your night, man.
All right. Sure will. Have a good one.
You as well. Oh, man. Excitement got the best of me. I was saying a lot of things. You know, it's one of those things that it's like your spirit, you're just out of your spirit and kind of looking down on yourself. You know what I'm saying? But this is, like I said, technically the pilot episode of No Mercy Sports on the College Football Dawgs Media Network. And man, man, with this show, like I said, it is the most uncut, unfiltered, and uncensored sports talk show you will find on social media. So if swearing and hard, cold facts aren't your thing, there's the door. But for those that stick around and actually enjoy what happens on this show, you will know at the end of every episode whose game it is, with everybody saying no mercy sports. Don't forget to click the link in the description of this video to get some Reaper apparel gear. And like I said, if you live in the northern states and shit's getting cold, Reaper apparel hoodie is going to help you out in the long run. This was a special episode airing on a special day. Be sure to check me out next Friday at, you know what? Be sure to check me out next Friday. And like I said, at the end of the episode, you will know whose game it is. With everybody saying, no mercy sports. I am your host, James. It has been a pleasure to be on this media network. I will see y'all next Friday. Peace out.